Okay, yes, Assalamu alaikum ji. We will start the chapter 2A from today, and we will discuss about internet and the worldwide web services, and how we are connected to the world through the technology called as internet, and how www helps us to take towards the internet. So initially we will discuss the history of the internet, and the history of the internet starts with 1969. This was the first project that was developed by the Department of Defense in the US, and they started to use the internet as a resource. They connected universities with defense bases, and the type of internet they created, they called it as ARPANET. That was called as ARPANET, and later on ARPANET was used to connect to Europe in 1973. So in 1969 it was initiated, and it was developed by the Department of Defense, and normally it was used in between universities and defense spaces, but it was not a commercial internet sort of internet which was used publicly. It was privately used, and later on in 1973 it helped ARPANET connected to the European countries. So some of diagrammatically, if you see the ARPANET in 1973, so this you can see United States connected with the European countries. So the connection line, this one, United States is connected with the European countries. So this is the connection line, and this net was called as ARPANET, and it was developed in 1973. Later on, in mid 1980s, network between supercomputers was created. That was called as NSFNet. The network between supercomputers was called as NSFNet, and it was created in 1980s, mid 1980s. So that was a network between the supercomputers. Internet was a link to ARPANET. Internet was introduced, and it was used as a link to ARPANET. Still, no commercial traffic was allowed. But in early 1990s, ARPANET was closed. The project was closed. NFSNet was closed. The project was closed, and commercial network took over. Commercial networks were introduced, which we call nowadays as a internet. So internet was introduced in 1990s. This is all about the history of the internet, that is starting from 1969. ARPANET was introduced. If somebody asks you about internet history, so this is just for information. So you can simply answer that, okay, internet has started back in 1969 with the project name as ARPANET. And later, ARPANET was introduced to Europe in 1973. Then in mid 1980s, NFS, network between supercomputers, was introduced. But later on in 1990s, ARPANET and NSFNet both were abandoned, stopped, and commercial network was introduced, which we call today as internet. Today and the future, this is today in the future about the network internet. So 1000 new websites per month are introduced. At the moment we can have more than one lakh new websites per month. But for figure this actually the slide is from 2007-8 book. So at that time 1 lakh, almost 100,000 new websites per month. The statistics were 100,000 new websites per month. More than 50% of the US households at that time were online. 50% US households. Household means the routine life of the American people. They were depending on internet. That was the percentage was more than 50%. Access is available throughout the US. At that time, US was using internet efficiently, and that was the reliance was almost 50, more than 50% of the individual people living in the US. Eventually, access will be global. Now we have the global infrastructure of the internet. Now everybody is allowed, everybody is using internet as a global resource for the communication purposes. Now, furthermore statistic, this is about This is starting from the 2000 to 2006. So these are the users in millions in the US. For example, 124 million, then it progressed to 142 million, then it progressed to 152 million, so on and so forth. In the year 2006, it progressed to 174 million people around the US were using the internet. This is how internet uh, growth was at that time. So currently it will be almost three times of the users that is mentioned in 2006. And the major services of the internet, or the internet's major services, first service is World Wide Web. As we say, world is a global village. This statement is coming out of this thing, that is World Wide Web. We have created a World Wide Web. People are connected to it. People are accessing or using the resources. Like, for example, you are using Facebook or you are using Instagram. So you are connected to a web. This is a similar web which is created by the spider. Interconnected devices, actually. When a spider creates a web, it connects the links with each other. So this is interconnected links between devices. Here we call the device as a computer. So World Wide Web was actually introduced by Tim Berners-Lee in 1993. It allowed connection of documents. This was a new thing that was allowed in terms of internet. Documents were actually shared between users, required a browser to read the document. Right now you can read documents, different sort of documents using your web browser. Your Google Chrome is a web browser. Your Internet Explorer is a web browser. These different things are your web browsers. Then we were introduced to electronic mail. We have got two types of mails. One is a conventional mail, which comes within the envelope and you go to the post office and you post it. That is your conventional mail. Then we have been introduced to the electronic media. Now we have shifted towards email, that is electronic mail. This is instantaneous transmission of documents or your information. Through email, you can send documents, you can send your pictures, you can send your files, you can send your text document. This is instantly transferred. Instantaneous means at the moment, at the spot, it is transferred. So major services provided by the internet are the World Wide Web, and second one is the in electronic mail. Then major services is provided by the internet are news, often news groups, electronic discussions on several topics. You have heard about forums, different forums. People are gathering together and talking about things on the forums. We have got different sort of forums. We have got public forums, we have got private forums. We go there, we we present our thought there. So these are the news groups actually there, and there is electronic discussion going on several topics available. So third service provided by the internet as a major service is news. Fourth one is, which is very widely used, that is file transfer protocol. We call it FTP, which send and receives files. Nowadays we are not using the FTP as a alone server. We are utilizing the web resources, we are utilizing the WhatsApp application to send and receive files. Then we have got another service, we call it as chat. Now we have got different forms of the chat. The Facebook instant messaging chat is available. Public real-time conversation. We say this is a chat. We are actually performing chat, instant messaging, private real-time conversation. You have heard about Yahoo groups in early days, in early 2006 or 7 or 8 or 9. People were very widely using Yahoo groups where public real-time conversation was going on. Nowadays we are using real-time conversation in terms of Facebook Live. If you open a Facebook Live video, you are going to some you have been to some place and you create you start live video at the Facebook, so people will start conversation on that live video. This is actually public real-time conversation. Then we have got instant messaging. Nowadays instant messaging is provided by many applications, starting from Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, WeChat, other resources. These all are what these are private real-time conversation. If it is public, then we say this is chat. If it is private, we will say this is instant messaging. Peer-to-peer services. Peer means group to group, group of two people. Allows sharing of files among users. The famously used at that time peer-to-peer service was Napster and Kazaa were the examples. Illegal to share copyrighted material. Again, this is another story of why not to use illegal copyrighted material, why not to send in illegal copyrighted material to each other. Now peer-to-peer services are used by the WhatsApp group. You create a WhatsApp group, you create send and receive files through WhatsApp, you send and receive files through your email. That source is widely used instead of peer-to-peer services. Now, how you can access the internet? To access the internet, the basic thing we need is your ISP, Internet Service Provider. What is the ISP? ISP is the company that provides you the internet access. You simply switch on your 4G or 3G on your cell phone. For example, I'm using your phone. So your phone will become my ISP. The tower to which I'm connected, the UFON tower to which I am connected, that tower will act as ISP for me and it will provide me the internet access. The service provider which provides you internet access will be called as ISP. Then we have got in older days, this was used as that was a dial-up connection. Nowadays, we are not using the dial-up connection. We are using the other modes of the communication, because dial-up connection was to connect your internet through phone line, and there was a modem installed and modem used to connect to the phone line. It was a very much slow connection. So nowadays we are not using the dial-up connection. Now in today's era we are using the fiber optic connection, or at least we are if we go to the wireless communication, so we are using the 4G way of communication. We are not using the dial-up line. We are actually using the high speed access line in the form of fiber optic, which is present in the form of like you are using at the home the PTCL DSL connection. That is a DSL connection. We have got the cable connection as well. We have got the wireless internet service providers, especially in this vicinity around university, like for example Sheikh Multoon. So you can have instead of deploying the DSL connection provided by the PTCL, you can use the wireless internet resources provided by the private companies. So they are 2 to 25 times faster than the dial-up. Nowadays, it is much more faster than the dial-up. Dial-up speed was in kbps or slower in kbps, but the value of the kbps was very low. Now you have got the DSL connection, which is a high-speed access line, fiber optic connection, which is a high-speed internet line. If you've got good signals at your mobile and you are connected to a 4G, so this is the high-speed access line provided to you, and you can access the internet very fastly. Understanding the internet, basically internet allows you to access resources present at a different location in the world. You are trying to access the resources present differently at a different location around the world. For example, you have uploaded a picture at the Facebook. Now the server of the Facebook is at United States. Your data is placed at United States. If you are at Pakistan, you can access your Facebook. If you move around the world, for example, you visit some other country and you want to open your Facebook account, the same account will be opened. Now your picture will become a resource. Your data, your information is a resource. I'm talking about resources in these terms. your picture, your data, your information. Either it is available in the form of email, either it is available in the form of Facebook, whether it is available in the form of Instagram or any other thing like WhatsApp or any other thing. You are accessing the resources, and internet helps you. It allows you to access the resources, and web simplifies the internet. Web connects people with each other like this. This is actually a web connection. Devices are connected with each other, and the web connects documents as well. Now we have simplified the web as well through different application softwares like WhatsApp, WeChat. We can connect documents, we can share documents with each other. We have got hypertext that creates links between documents. Hyper means hypertext means transforming text from one place to another place. Hyper means shifting from one place to another. Shifting what? Shifting text from one place to another. So we call this as hypertext. And how hypertext works? Hypertext creates links between documents. Documents is your, for example, your web page is a document. It contains information about you. You have filled a form at the web page, and that form is now submitted somewhere. For example, you are applying for admission in the Abdul Wali Khan University. You have applied for the admission in the Abdul Wali Khan University. So you have completed, you have filled a form. That form actually is a document containing your information. Now hypertext will create a link, and it will transform your document from your computer to the server of the Abdul Wali Khan University computer. That is your server. And documents are stored at web server, which is installed at the Amazon for Abdul Wali Khan University. And the document is delivered through HTTP. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a language which accepts your document and transforms your document to the web server. So for your information, HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, it helps you to acquire your information from your web document, from your web page, and transform it to this web server. This is actually how the internet is working. You open a simple page, like for example, I have a simple page like this. Let me open it. I'm opening for example, google.com. Now this is a document I have opened. This, for example, I'm searching, I will search myself, Hashim Ali, studying at Occam, so teaching at the Occam. For example, I'm opening this file, faculty staff profile. So this is my profile, this is my document. It contains information about me. It will have my academic experience, publication. This is information stored at this web page, residing on a server placed at Abdul Wali Khan University. The services are provided by the Amazon services. So LMS, or these are at Amazon services. Now this information is transferred through a www access, and this text is transferred through hypertext, and it will be stored at the server. Now if I open this link, currently I am in Mardan, I'm opening this. If I shift to some other place or some other country, the same web page will be open to me. This is allowing access a resource. I wanted to open a resource regarding this person known as Mr. Hashim Ali. This resource is open to me, and this resource is available to me. This is actually how internet works. Website is a collection of document. This is a Abdul Wali. For example, I will open occam.edu.pk. Now, occam.edu.pk is a website actually. Occam server is always busy, so it takes time to open. This is not, my internet is not slow. The Occam server is busy all the time because we have got a huge traffic coming to the server. Now, this is the main page of the Abdul Wali Khan University. It is containing information. It is containing different web pages. If I click on, for example, Occam at a glance, it will open this thing. So we will, website is a collection of documents. Document is a web page. Pages are published to the web. Let's see in this example. This is a website of Abdul Wali Khan University. I've opened a first web page, Occam at a glance. It will open me something like this. This one web page, this is designed by somebody. And this one web page is actually a document now. This document is this one. For example, I want to open ranking. This is another page. So I have got how many web pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 main web pages. And inside 15 web pages, I have got sub web pages. When I combine them, when I collect them, so I will say this is the combination of collection of the web pages. And this collection and combination will be called as a website. Website is collection or combination of the web pages. Okay, so these are the resources shared through the web pages contained in a single website. If I open Occam, so every web page will be according to the Occam website. If I open the ComScience or the other university website, so every web page will be according to the ComScience or the other university web page. This is how internet works. We have got hypertext markup language creates web pages. This is not associated with you, so just it is only for your information. Hypertext markup language HTML. HTML. We use HTML language. Now we have got Fox PHP language and other languages to create web pages. So previously we were using hypertext markup language. Right now still we are using hypertext markup language that helps us to transform text from one place to another place using a web page. And that language was a tag language. So we say this is one tag to open content, for example, tag to open the head of the HTML, and tag to open the caption or other things. So these are not related to you. So you simply remember that there is a hypertext markup language which creates web pages, and those web pages, when they are collected together, so that becomes a website. And this is how internet works. Then we have got another thing, commonly used browsers. I have opened this thing to you. This is a web browser now. This is a web browser provided by Microsoft Edge. I've got another web browser in the name of, let me minimize this all. This is another browser with me that helps me to connect to the internet. That is, you can, if you place over the mouse, it will give you the caption, access the internet. This browser name is Google Chrome. Currently what I'm using is, that is my internet Edge. So these are the different web browsers available, which helps you to read and translate the HTML document. And another thing associated with the web browser is your URL, Uniform Resource Locator. What is this? This is a unique address provided. Like for example, if you want to visit me, so I am currently living in Green Acres Town. So if somebody wants to visit me, so I will give a unique address to him or her, and you will exactly come to my house. That will be a unique address in this region at least. Similarly, if I give an address like, for example, www.occam.edu.pk, now only this website will be opened, that is occam.edu.pk. Or for example, I give, this is URL address. Uniform resource locator. You have seen this globe is there. This globe means search this address. This is what this is URL address. Uniform resource locator. And it will understand that where you have to go. I want to open Abdul Wali Khan University website. Now this HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol S means secure. This is Abdul Wali Khan University as secure website. I have given this URL address and it will always open this website to me containing different web pages. This is because I'm using the uniform resource locator, which is the address of a web page or a website. There are other helper applications which are used during the internet resources. One is a plugin commonly used. Plugins are used enhance browser functionality. For you have seen in the Facebook, if the video is not running, so you install an extension in the Google Chrome or the Microsoft Edge. That extension is actually called as plugin, which helps you to stream, which helps the browser functionality in order to execute that video or audio to you. Then we have got streaming audio and video. Send the files in small chunks. Chunk means whenever you send a video or audio over the internet, it is sent in the form of packets. Your complete audio, your complete video is divided into small parts. Those small part is actually called as chunk, and then chunk is transferred from one place to another. This is how audio and video is streamed. Streamed means you are sending it to somewhere or something is coming to you from somewhere. So we say there is a streaming going on. This is how internet works. This is an example of streaming audio. For example, I want to send an MP3 file or audio file, and file name is xyz.mp3. So that file will be divided into several parts. Part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Part 1 is already received at this computer. This is the server. This is the receiving computer. It can be the computer, or it can be server, or it can be a website or anything. Audio is sent in parts, so that if packet is lost, this one part is called as packet. And different protocols use different sizes of the packet. You are to only remember this thing. I'm not getting into the detail of what is protocol and how it works. You only remember that different protocol contains different size of the packet. But a video or an audio is never transformed in a phone. For example, you receive a video on WhatsApp. So you do not receive it as a complete file. You have seen that 20% downloaded, 30% downloaded, 70% downloaded, then the circle will be completed and it will be 100% downloaded. It means that it is coming in parts to you. Once all the parts are completed, then you are able to view or see the video or audio, listen to the audio you have received. This is how streaming of the audio or video is done over the internet. Normally you use the internet, you access the internet through a browser using a www World Wide Web address locator. So navigating the website, navigating means using the website. First of all, you have to open the browser, and for example, my browser home page is Google. So I will open this home page. My browser home page is through Google browser is Microsoft Edge, which I'm using. Navigating means accessing the internet. So first of all, what you do, you provide here. For example, I will be providing a URL address that is occam.edu.pk. So this is the URL address I want to open or I want to view it. So open the browser first, then give the URL address, and you will be accessing the internet. When you are done with it, just simply close the browser. I hope you will be masters in searching the web. The web is unorganized. There are different directories. There are different search engines categorize the internet. You have to be very intelligent in using website. For example, I'm using different directory. For example, I'm using Google and I want to locate a file. For example, I want to know about what is ICT. Let's take it in ICT. And I want a ICT course, for example, ICT course, and I want to search a file related to MS Word or PDF. So I will simply say PDF. Now this is a directory. This Google will open this directory of PDF files related to ICT course. If I say to it that no, I do not want this thing, I want a MS Word form of the document. So I will say DOC. DOC will open ICT course material in the form of MS Word files. I will say no, I do not need this thing. I need a PowerPoint slide related to ICT course. So I will simply open, or I will simply go and I will intelligently or smartly use the internet. And I will type PPT. PPT means PowerPoint template. I want to open ICT course in the form of PPT form. When I click on this, the first link will be open to me. This is, for example, SlideShare or SlideShare PPT slides. So I will open this. That will take a bit of time. So these are the PowerPoint slide related to ICT. Now I have not opened every material. I have searched smartly for a specific directory and it helped me to open it. So the web is organized, unorganized, you have to use it efficiently. Directories categorize the internet. I've opened a directory of the PPT, doc, or any other file. And search engines helps you to find sites using the keyword. So I'm not getting into the detail of the search engine. You can search the sites, you can use meta search, keywords you can use, and you can use the sponsored link. Like for example, this one is the sponsored link. Advertisement is your sponsored link. This is us advertisement. Now if I click on this, it wants a slide shares. You have to purchase or activate the 60 or the 30 days trial, or you want to purchase it. This is a sponsored link. Now if I click on it, like for example, I click on it, so it will redirect me to some other website. This is sponsored link. Now I am redirected to some other site. Actually I was working here. Now it has redirected me to this thing. I've given you an example of the search technique. Quote the exact phrase. For example, I'm here at the website here, and I want to search Hashim Ali, for example. So I will type Hashim Ali. So it does not know which Hashim Ali I'm looking for. So I will write the exact phrase Hashim Ali. I will then write Occam. It will open Hashim Ali primarily with this keyword Occam. So it will search this phrase. Google works in the pattern matching. I've been at ComSets as well. So I will write Hashim Ali ComSets. So it will open Hashim Ali ComSets. And my LinkedIn or other profile or my information at the Google Scholar, which contains the Hashim Ali was at ComSets, that will be open to you. For example, I'm opening this one. So this is my profile. It will have some information about my university. So that I was at ComSet. So it is opening me the exact thing. So you will be very smart while using the internet. You can use keyword and you can use near as well. You can use avoid common words. You should avoid the common words. You should use the advanced tools. You should use efficiently internet. Do not use internet in an inefficient way. For example, I want to search anything related to, for example, environmental science, and I want introduction lecture PPT. So environmental sciences, this will be open to me. This is the an introduction to environmental science. You will find the PowerPoint slides and it will help you to understand things. For example, I say I want introduction to microbiology. It will open PPT slide related to microbiology. I say, no, I do not need PPT slide. I need PDF slides. So it will open you the PDF slide. This is how we use internet, and this is how efficiently internet can be used. So this is all about your chapter number 2. If you've got any questions, you can post it at your WhatsApp group. The basic aim of creating video is to avoid extra talks, noise, unavailability of the internet, and it will help you to revise your course again and again. And already I'm sharing it at the YouTube, so you cannot say I'm not taken the class. All the classes will be available at the internet. You just come to your LMS and sign in for your attendance. So if you've got any questions, you can post in the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much.